party to keep that at the forefront of its mind as it advances and tackles the mission. And I know that the RAS have it in mind as he takes on the responsibility to set that path. And the second underpinning of the inequality in this country is the denial of economic opportunity to the people of Jamaica. I know Julian and the party leader have spoken about the need to define an economy and an economic model that is not dependent on low-wage employment for the people of Jamaica. We need to develop the capacity for innovation so that we can get high-paying jobs that allow people to get ahead and not have to migrate to use your scientific skills and your other skills of innovation. I know that this party must be committed, and I've heard it, to eliminating the disadvantages of the contract work system so that the workers can again get the benefits that have been won for them by the trade union movement. But I tell you, most of all, I believe that we need to give our Jamaican people a chance to own their little piece of the rock. I believe in reparations. I believe in the reparations from overseas. But we here owe reparations to all those 700,000 people that we're calling squatters in the land of their birth. Time come now for the greatest land titling program in the history of the country. So that those who have been dominated and propertyless can get their share of the inheritance that has been won by their forefathers. And I believe that if we do the same thing, giving the land titles to our small farmers and embarking on a program for agricultural transformation, we will never overcome poverty if the majority of our agricultural workers, which are the majority of our workers, continue to use hoe and machete in the 21st century as their main tools of production. Time from now, modernize agriculture. When we become the government of the People's National Party, it will not be a time for rest. As Martin Carter said years ago, the revolutionary guy is coming. Poet. We don't sleep to dream, but our dream is to change the world. And so, comrades, time come. Time come to put the PNP in charge again. Time come to revive hope again. Time come to have a government of integrity again. Time come for the people of Jamaica. People, time come. One love, comrades.
Jamaica, let's talk about innovation. Because without it, our economy just cannot grow. We're a nation of such remarkable people, full of talent, creativity, and true potential. But for too long, we've allowed this potential to remain untapped. The time has come, Jamaica, for us to harness the power of science, technology, and entrepreneurship to take Jamaica to the next level. A future PNP government will set an ambitious goal of elevating 1 million Jamaicans to the middle class. Imagine a Jamaica where everyone can own their own home, where you can send your children to school without worry. How? By fostering a business environment driven by science and technology. The next PNP government will establish a dedicated technology and innovation fund similar to the Tourism Enhancement Fund to boost business along these lines. From fintech solutions, agri-tech platforms, connecting farmers and customers, we will build a $1 billion industry right here in Jamaica. We will also invest in infrastructure, building dams for water storage, harvesting and redistribution using technological resources. We'll also provide avenues for cheaper electricity so that we can have better energy. Our PNP government will make science and technology the foundation of Jamaica's modern developmental strategy. We will create innovation hubs across the country, providing young Jamaicans with the opportunity to experiment with new technologies and turn their dreams into reality. Imagine a Jamaica where breakthroughs in renewable energy means cheaper energy for everyone. Innovation in agriculture help us to grow and export more food. This is the kind of innovative leadership that we will create to bring more jobs and create more opportunities for you, the next generation. With the use of these innovations and technology, we will turn Jamaica into the Singapore of the West, a wealthy, innovative nation. But it takes leadership, vision, and foresight to make this a reality. The next PNP government is that leadership that the country requires. Together, we will secure Jamaica's place on the global stage. Vote for growth. Vote for innovation. Vote for the People's National Party. It is your time. People, time come.
Last year I tell you, sir, Mama P is going to say victory for the parish council election. A general election time now. Time come now. Then we go on with Queen. Then the name highway after somebody else. You know what we are going to do for her? Time come now for a new national hero, aka heroine. This is how we are going to tell Jamaica. Say, Portia Simpson Miller is the next heroine of Jamaica. Live it! I don't care what nobody wants. My queen and my queen. You have a set of people that don't love woman like how we love woman, but it's alright. If there's one thing you know about Portia Simpson Miller. Energy, love, her heart strong. And she love you, the people of Jamaica. And her complex them. You know what we call her? What we say about her? I want to find out. I want to find out. Walk up and down time. Hey, walk up a boss. See that? Give me everything I need. What should you do it? Give me a lot of some people talking to limits. We have 21 ladies running for member of parliament who want to sue the backstage right now. We have 21 ladies running for member of parliament who want to sue them right now. If it's one thing about PNP, we say woman. We respect woman. We love woman. We all right to the one running the country. We big up
She's the constant wind that fills my sail. Oh,
you see, that woman.
with a smile and a star, she'll protect you like a child. That's a woman.
Lift them up, lift them up, lift them up. Lift up the ladies.
She'll put a smile upon her
Lord of choice.
and take you to the
Choice. No, don't you? Pardon lovers choice. Right now, a Portia part we're still in her. So I'm gonna be asking Comrade Carla Watt. Comrade Carla Watt, my Buddha's friend, to say something about my boss.
To God be the glory, great things he has done. Comrade warriors, writers, foot soldiers of the People's National Party. When I see you, I see myself. Portia Simpson Miller, a political giant which spanned over four decades and climax with her being the first female prime minister as a councillor and a member of parliament from 1976. Portia loves poor people. Portia is for the poor. Portia is the one that made me what I am today. And I can stand before you, coming from the roots, coming from union makers, to find my way to now being a candidate for Central Clarendon. And if Portia Simpson Miller was here today, she would have said, and Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Pharaoh, let my people go. One love, big up sister.
Let my people go. Let it go. Next up, Comrade, another candidate, Heather Miller Bennett. Comrade, welcome her, welcome her.
Comrades! Comrades! Today, we gather to celebrate a champion, Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller. In sports, she was an MVP, empowering athletes to reach new heights. I am because of her. Driven to advocate for equal opportunities in sports, her commitment to grassroots sports development ignited a passion in me to support initiatives that empower young athletes. As a heavyweight champion of labor, she has delivered knockout blows to reducing poverty, standing up for workers' rights, and creating equal opportunities for people. I am, because of her, committed to fighting for workers' rights and standing up for the marginalized. Portia's fearless approach for social justice inspires me to take action. I am, because of her, motivated to make a positive impact in my community. Comrades, and because of her, when the roll is called up, I will be marching up Duke Street as Member of Parliament, representing the people of Western Hanover. Portia love people, people time come. Portia say, no boy, no girl can't taste the Andrew Carlet, because with man Jefferson Golden and the People's National Party, we will be taking power and power will stand. We will cross the finish line. Thank you, Maroon. Thank you, Mr. P. Thank you, Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller. Time come. I am because of you.
Thank you, Mama P. Everything a Portia minute. We are talk about tourism like slap them make tourism nice in Jamaica. Welcome, Senator Janice, to teach them what Portia do.
My comrades, when we talk of Portia Simpson Miller, the Minister of Tourism, we talk about the sustainable development and the tourism master plan, the foundation on which everything that we are boasting about today. When we talk about tourism and all of the hotels that have been built and the workers that have been employed, I say that is Sister P. When we talk about festivals that celebrate our culture and heritage, we talk about the Currie Festival, the Yam Festival, the Shrimp Festival. I say, be reminded, because that is Mama P. When we talk about a leader who believes that tourism can deliver true prosperity from the wood to the craft market, a leader who leads from the heart, we talk about Mama P.
Yes, Carly boy. Carly. Today, we have the signal. Carly boy. Man, liar them big government. Love with Dread said that. Love with Dread said that. Put it down where you want to put it. Million love with Dread. Tell them Michael Manley right there. Michael Manley 1989. 2000. They feel like no, they're not a great country. No other minister come and give this country. All of them come and they feel like. Last
financial minister runway. Last financial minister runway. Runway.
Andrew won this, Nigel Clark, and mad out the people. See run gone. See Nigel Clark run gone. He mad out the people and run gone. And I criticize the teacher and nurse them when they go.
Jamaican chat.
What it means to struggle from day to day, to try to find and make ends meet. I still can't make it in this life. But Comrade Portia Simpson Miller has inspired me to be strong, to be fearless, to work hard, to be tough, to fight for the people of this country, and that is why I could be standing as the PNP standard bearer in Roger Clark's own stomping ground of Northeastern St. Elizabeth. Comrades, I say to you, Comrade Portia has taught us to move like a stepping racer, armed and dangerous. Because of Comrade Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller, we're not afraid of no boy, no girl, no liberal.
And if you ever have a question, which politician love you anymore? There's no question. Come back, Currie, come tell me how Portia love with a man.
Today, I want to highlight the compassionate and caring side of our comrade Portia Simpson Miller, comrade Mama P, a leader who has broken through the glass ceiling to become Jamaica's first female prime minister. Comrades, comrade Simpson Miller is someone who ever since I was a child, I used to imitate. I used to love to walk like her. I used to love to talk like her. I used to love when they talk to rock my body like her. And even when I got my constituency comrades, they love to run up and down like her. So comrades, I have seen, I have even practiced, comrades, to hug and kiss everybody in my constituency, just like her. But comrades, it's one thing I want to remind you that the previous speaker said. Me, just like Comrade Simpson Miller, no afraid of no girl, no boy, nowhere. But comrades, if it's one thing I want to copy, if it's one thing I want to copy from Comrade Simpson Miller, is what she did in South St. Andrew. Nobody expected her when she went into South St. Andrew, Southwest St. Andrew, to defeat the candidate to become the Member of Parliament. And I can tell you, standing here with my back broad and my shoulders them wide, Nobody now expect me to win Western Portland, but I will tell you, home election day, this time we will deliver Western Portland and ensure that the People's National Party form the next government and Mark Jefferson Golden become the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Western Portland, big up on yourself.
Trouble is here! Let me ask you that question, let me hear the noise. How much I wanna want PNP win West Portland? How much I wanna want make sure say PNP win West Portland? Send them home! Wanna press play upon the video, please and thanks. Oh man, now for stay man, what you talking about? At this time. Alright, well, I don't talk about meet and greet, the Porsche trade has begun. Start the trade. Run me off of the stage, so may I take too long. I love your comrades. The next time you see me on stage, we will be in government, and that man, Mark Golden, will be a Prime Minister. I
The time has come for a change. Our healthcare system is in a crisis, and the people are suffering. Long waiting times, lack of emergency services, and a system that fails those who need it most. This is not how it should be. As of 2024, Jamaica's healthcare infrastructure includes 23 hospitals and over 200 health centers. Yet, for too many Jamaicans, accessing healthcare is a struggle. Maternal deaths, cancer rates, and chronic disease rates are at an all-time high, while emergency care remains out of reach for many. Healthcare is not just about statistics. It's about dignity. Every Jamaican deserves access to quality care, regardless of their financial situation. But right now, too many of us are being left behind. It's time to return dignity to the people. The People's National Party knows that people time come. Under our leadership, we will rebuild Jamaica's healthcare system from the ground up. No more waiting days for treatment. No more broken equipment. No more being forced to go private just to survive. We will act swiftly to fix operating rooms, increase the number of ambulances, and train more healthcare professionals. We'll make sure that every hospital has the equipment it needs and that every Jamaican has access to emergency care when they need it most. This isn't just about healthcare. It's about restoring dignity to the Jamaican people. Our solutions will be immediate: fixing operating rooms, improving emergency services, and expanding the National Health Fund to cover screenings of cancer and chronic diseases. But we're also thinking long term. Over the next 5 years, we will centralize training, create a national trauma system, and ensure that every parish hospital is equipped with the diagnostic tools needed for proper care. We will implement universal health insurance so that 90% of Jamaicans are covered, because no one should be denied care based on their ability to pay. The time has come to stop the neglect. Under the People's National Party, we will bring back healthcare to the people. We will rebuild trust, restore dignity, and ensure that every Jamaican has access to quality care.
To the world.
Bad. Andrew, runway. Andrew, runway. Runway, Andrew. Runway, we don't want that.
History class up on Wednesday, but when I look outside the national arena and when I look in here, I am proud to say that the People's National Party has rewrote history and history class up on Sunday. I am proud to present an extraordinary team of candidates, of course, of talent, vision, and passion that Jamaica has never seen before. This is not just a collection of individuals. They are a movement as they embody hope, resilience, and unshakable belief that Jamaica's best days are ahead of us. This is the group that Mark Jefferson Golden has handpicked. His Jamaican people, and they are ready to let go of the past and deliver on the promises of a better future for every single Jamaican. Comrades, the healers of the nation. These are the champions of public health, medical doctors and professionals dedicated to restoring the dignity of our healthcare system. Comrades from North Carolina, Dr. Wickham McNeil. From Southeast St. Catherine, Dr. Alfred Dawes. From Southwest St. Catherine, Dr. Carl Wall. From East Rural St. Andrew, Patrick Peterkin. North Central Corundon, Dr. R.J. Dixon. And Eastern Westmore, our General Secretary, Dr. Lennon Campbell. Comrades, the educators are the ones shaping the minds and molding the next generation. They understand the value of education as the cornerstone of a progressive society. And from Southeast St. Anne, Dr. Kenneth Russell. From Northwest St. Elizabeth,
Patricia Forrest Scarlett, from Southwest St. Elizabeth, Miranda Wellington, from Northwest St. James, Alan Bernard, from East Central St. James, Russian Reed Knott, from South Central St. Catherine, Kirk Matthews, from Southwest St. Andrew, our party chairman, Dr. Angela Blumberg, from Central St. Catherine. Transformation. These dynamic individuals will create jobs, stimulate growth, and empower local businesses. And from Southwest St. Anne, we have Keith Walford. From South Trelawney, Paul Patmore. From Central St. Mary, Amon Newell. From West Rural St. Andrew, Joan Gordon Webley. From Southeast St. Elizabeth, we have Norman Scott. From Western Westmoreland, Ian Hales. From West Portland, we have Hubert Williams. From West St. Mary, we have Amar Woodbine. West Central St. Andrew, we have Paul McCannon. Northeast Manchester, we have Valentine Wings. And from Central Westmoreland, none other than Dwayne Vybz. From South St. Catherine, Fitz Jackson. From Northwest Manchester, we have Michael Phillips. And from Northwest St. Catherine, we have Damon Crawford. And comrades from East Central St. Andrew, Region 3 Chairman, we have and what we've all been waiting for as we spoke about the economy. We have the financial experts, business leaders, and HR professionals. These leaders in finance, business, and HR will bring us help to build a more resilient and inclusive economy. And so I want you to put your hands together. For Northwest St. Andrew, Ethne Miller Simpson. For North Clarendon, we have Wavell Hines. From North
Yeah, sweep them on my cheek. Yeah, they sweep them out the area. Never get sweep out.
We have Andrea Perkins. From Eastern St. Andrew, we have Patricia Sutherland. From Southeast St. Andrew, we have Julian Robinson. From Central Kingston, Lawrence Road. From Central Manchester, Donovan Mitchell. And finally from Southern Manchester, we have Peter Bunting. Make some and community development advocates. These individuals are skilled in communication, media, and advocacy. They are dedicated to using their platforms and voices to elevate the people. So from Northeast St. Catherine, we have Andreen Higgins. From Southeast Clarendon, we have Sharon Barneswell. From Northwest Clarendon, we have Richard Azar. From West Central St. Catherine, we have Loxley Francis. From Central Clarendon, we have Carla Watt. From West Kingston, we have Joseph Bonnie Witter. And from Northeast St. Anne, we have the lion himself, Dr. Ryan Simpson. And from Northwest St. Anne, our young Senator Gabriel Morris. And from Central St. James, we have Janice Allen, Senator. And from Southern St. James, Nikisha Burchell. And from East Central St. Catherine, we have Raymond Price. Make some noise. defenders of justice. These are the defenders of justice, integrity and fairness. As lawyers and advocates, they stand firm in their commitment to protect the rights of every Jamaican. And so comrades, I want you to put your hands together for the man from East Kingston and Port Royal, Philip Powell. North Central St. Andrew, Christopher Henry. Western St. Andrew, George Anthony Hilton. Western Caribbean, Logan Cousins. Western Hanover, Heather Miller Bennett. And Northeast St. Elizabeth, Zulika Jess. Because we are going to bring to you a set of speakers in the talk. So everybody who don't like their truth, sorry for you today, coming to us right now is Julian.
Right now you're live.
Comrade party leader, officers, candidates, members of parliaments, the comrades, Inside the arena, the thousands of comrades from Negril Point to Maroon Point, PNP River come down, band to band. Comrades, our mission is to transform this economy. And when we found the next government, our first priority will be growth. And not just any growth, but a deliberate, inclusive, and sustainable expansion that reaches every corner of Jamaica. Growth that transforms our economy by moving beyond low-wage jobs to high-value industries, fostering innovation and driving value-added exports. This means creating better paying jobs, improving infrastructure, and empowering local businesses to compete on the global stage. Our focus is on growth that doesn't just inflate numbers, but improves and lifts the lives of the majority of Jamaicans, to move families out of poverty, to create opportunities for all Jamaicans, regardless of their background. This is how we build a resilient economy, one that benefits the many and not the few, and addresses the urgent challenges while we prepare for the opportunities of tomorrow. We must begin by changing how we view growth. Too often, we have leaned on low-skill, low-wage jobs, especially those in the BPO industry. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with those jobs. They have created employment for thousands of Jamaicans. But those jobs cannot be the foundation of a strong, resilient, and growing economy. So comrades, to truly advance, we must pursue a future where value-added exports play a larger role. This includes promoting industries that capitalize on creativity, our intellectual capital, and our natural resources. Jamaica can lead the region in producing innovative products in fields like agro-processing, manufacturing, and digital services. We must leverage and fully exploit our geographic location and develop logistics-centered industries. We must actively work towards being known for excellence in products that are made in Jamaica and that can command premium prices on the national stage. However, this vision requires more than just private sector initiative. It requires a strong, coordinated effort from the state. The government has a critical role to play in this transformation. A PNP government will create policies that foster innovation, research, and development. It means investing in infrastructure, ensuring that our entrepreneurs have access to capital, and developing a business environment that nurtures rather than stifles innovation. But none of this will be sustainable unless we address one of the most critical issues facing our country today, which is the alarming state of foundational literacy and numeracy among our young people. If we fail to address this, no matter how many STEM schools we build, no matter how many training programs that the Heart Trust implements, it will be built on sand. Our educational reform must go deeper. We cannot start with advanced learning when too many of our children cannot read and write at the levels that there must be a comprehensive national effort so that every child leaves primary school with a strong grasp of literacy and numeracy. Investing in primary education, early childhood development is where we make the greatest impact on our future. We must retrain our teachers, revamp our curricula, and we must ensure that classrooms are equipped with the resources necessary to build and the kind of society society, the kind of economy that we are committed to building, we cannot build it on the cost of energy in Jamaica. So we are committed to reducing them by ensuring that we add renewable energy to the grid in a timely fashion. And we don't wait 8 years like this government to put out a request for proposal. We are committed to dealing with the vexed issue of electricity theft, and we will start on day 1 by negotiating the generous license so that we have an energy sector that can foster growth and development. Comrades, we need a coordinated national export strategy. We have to bring together JAM, SRC, and the DBJ to work together to target those value-added industries that can provide the foundation of export led. The PNP government will be the facilitator of this unification, providing the policy framework, the legislative support to create a business environment that fosters innovation and growth. By creating this relationship,
Yeah, man, yeah, you're live, my G, man. You're live, man.
Yeah. You want me to make it off?
our dependency on low-wage, low-skill jobs by creating the highest
It's live, people are watching live.
The time has come for an economy which works for all of Jamaicans. The time has come. We know the pressure with the cost of living crisis. We are committed to looking at GCT on our basic food items, to reviewing it and ensuring that we can ease the burden for the majority of Jamaicans. We're going to make sure it has taken this government 8 years to look at the PATH program. We're going to invest in PATH so that the most critical persons who need PATH can get it so that they can enjoy a standard of living. Comrades, are you ready for Comrade Mark Goldman as your Prime Minister? Are you ready for an economy that will work for all Jamaicans? Time comes, comrades. One heart, one love.
Only vanity and no love for humanity shall fade away. He who checks for only wealth and not for his physical health shall fade away. Fade away.
That's why I'm runway. That's why I'm runway.
Who met a girl this morning? She was love at first sight. Who met a girl this morning? And she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from. She told me in the Philippines. She asked me what's my name. I told her I asked the girl, tell me what's your name. She told me that her name is Jamaica. And I said, my girl is mine.
I have a question.
Be a bag full of Jamaica
Do you see anything to smile about?
No!
Do you see anything to smile about? We live in a Jamaica where families can't find food to eat. We live in a Jamaica where mackerel coming like lobster and crab and shrimp. We can't afford it. We live in a Jamaica where fathers are dying from the bullets, but they're also dying from shame. Shame so they can't find the lunch money to give the kids to go to school. Do you anything to smile about is a serious question. Every day our families are priced out of the economy. When you go to the market and you try to buy one sweet pepper or a tomato, they say $1,000 for one. Basic necessities. We have to decide as women if we go pay the school fee or if we go buy food for the children to eat. What could I go so? But I am a woman from South St. James. I'm a country woman. And over in South St. James we are farmers. And our farmers have been battered by Hurricane Beryl. And the government says they have a plan. They're gonna give money to us to rebuild our farms and fix our roofs. But oh no, we don't see a dollar. Comrades, when I see a black woman stand up in this country, and you see she have pushed through the market, and she have pushed through the streets, and her face makeup, she screw up her face. Them say we don't demure, we no cutesy, we no mindful, but we no have nothing to smile about. But I have news for you, comrades. Mark Jefferson Golding and the People's National Party is gonna make you smile again. Smile! It's gonna make a comeback in Jamaica. The sun is gonna rise again on behalf of the 20 women who will be representing you in the next general election. You don't know, Mama P teach we. We know how to care for the family, and I see him so we gonna care for the country. God bless you, because I hear the sound of a rushing mighty trumpet. Banana, banana, banana. People, time come, time come, time come. Get ready, get ready. We're ready for you. Are you ready for us? God bless you. One love. One day, Papa with a white man will come all the way from Norway. Feel it to them out when them get you overstand the reaching. Yeah, the day I told one day, Papa with a white man will come all the way from Norway. And him turn to me and say, how comes Jamaica with the same face?
Listen, good afternoon, everybody. The Honorable Mark Golding.
Chief Currie, I am responsible.
The Honorable Mark Golding, esteemed members of the People's National Party, distinguished guests, my fellow Maroons and the Jamaicans locally and through the diaspora, good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Ashe. I begin this speech today with the words of renowned activist and philosopher and author Angela Davis, who said, I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. The Maroons will no longer accept violation of our rights and disrespect. And therefore, we are here today. We journeyed far and we sojourn to deliver a message. They will say I am political, but what you expect me to do? The point is, we have been soliciting a government for 3.5 years, and today they have not responded to us. Today they have not attended one function, and Marky G has. Your future leader has, because he has vim, vigor, vitality. This man is a true man.
undermine the rights of those who were here 287 years before. We have a sad message to deliver in a few months' time. Because the people are tired. Poverty, crime, there's so much that the unity of the Maroons and the people of this beautiful island together can share to uplift one another. The years that were sacrificed for the freedom we celebrate today has given us the open door to a republic, but it cannot be trampled upon in the way it is being proposed to be trampled upon, which is why we are here to say time has come. I stand before you as chief of the accompanied Maroons, not as a political entity, but as a proud representative of Jamaica's First Nation. Our presence here at your 85th conference is both a statement and a gesture. A statement of unity and a gesture towards future mutual respect and peace with the compound Maroons and all Maroons island-wide, from the windward to the leeward. Respect to Mark Golden and his administration, and when they assume state power, remember, you also have a home in a compound, brother. Let us embrace unity, respect, and mutual understanding as we move for a brighter future for this beautiful land we love. Peace and love.
Can't stop in the way, I'm in the little boy, the gun is a below. The man of the house, I know I'm on the mountain. They get me first time when I was a mountain. They can tell me about coming, the man tell me about me. The enjoy me life, part if you don't think, cause you like.
Jamaica is still a Christian country. We know that because the anthem is a prayer. And the PNP is still a Christian party. Because with steadfast assurance, God will look down. It means something to be a Christian country. Because we should live by the principles of Christianity. And it means something to be a Christian party because we should be guided by the principles of Christianity. And one such principle is that God is the Father. And the Bible said, who among us, if our children ask for bread, will give them stone? And if our children ask for fish, we'll give them serpent. Too many of our children are receiving stone and serpent from the Jamaica Labour Party. In fact, 13,000 children this year did not achieve proficiency in mathematics. They asked for bread, they were given stone. 11,000 children did not achieve proficiency in English language. And then when it comes to CXC, it gets worse. Because 18% of Jamaican children get 5 subjects, including maths and English. And then I hear that the Minister of Education is seeking a promotion. What can go so? By right, she should be asked for her resignation. But I understand what is happening in the JLP because they have no talent. The JLP remind me of an artist that got to studio with 10 words and want to make 30 songs. What can go so? That in 5 years after we take government, we will defeat Trinidad, we will defeat Barbados in CXC the same way we treat them in Caribbean. I hear Peter Phillips say that education is on my mind. I know Kartel is here, but when it comes to education, I am the teacher. The first stone heap that must be mashed down is that of absenteeism. In the rural area, 37% absenteeism. And in the urban area, 18% absenteeism. The first thing we're going to do is make sure we have boarding facilities for at least 30% of our school population. And then we are going to give 1 meal per child in school. The JLP will quickly say, how can we afford it? But let me tell you something about afford. They say they can't afford 1 meal per child in school, but they will afford 3 meals per adult in prison. What can go through? But they're planning a big investment in prison to board you with gun for 15 and with murder for 30. What? And then we're going to ensure we fight to keep our teachers. We are going to put a teacher retention plan that make it easier for a teacher to own a house, for a teacher to drive a car, for a teacher to be comfortable in the classroom and in the staff room. We will meet with the embassies and our friends from the embassies who wants our can get and we can have, and our children aren't left without teachers. But you see, after that investment, you see who want to prevent our 1 degree per household. You see who want to have our children being recruited by gangs and molested by adults. I am giving you. You see, after that investment, you see who encouraging our children into gambling and truancy and alcoholism. I am giving you a new day. It's dawning. But comrades, I'm going to close because time is short. But you see, I know in every family there is disagreements. But when you go out there to vote for your MP, you're not only voting for your MP, you're voting for a man like Mark Golden, who is trustworthy and honest. I don't know what choice they will bring when that thing is tabled. But if you're surrounded by 40 thieves, maybe you are Alibaba. You're voting not only for your MP, but a man like Alfred Dawes that promotes health over wealth. A man like Dayton Campbell was a farm food and don't farm food. A person like Philip and Natalie and Mikhail that will help us to recover faster from disaster. Tony and Wickham and Denise that will move you from street side greeting to business meeting. When you go out to vote in Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, Region 5, and Region 6, you're voting to tell people, move our foot, make the area come in, move your foot, people, move your foot. Finally, East Rural St. Andrew, when you vote for my best friend from 7th grade, Patrick Peter King, you're voting to take the power. Power to the people.
Anything mama we ever buy that no come around that close. I mean I see the boy if you call me up in here go down the road. Come on easy forget and if a boy get me I go easy for live. Promise me no see the girl if you run up on my panic. Now watch your pretty face head be open like a bunny. You don't see me exclusive. I mean it keep
General, our next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mark special things. First, to send a shout out to the young comrades, to all the young people in the building. Let me hear you say ready. Nation's history. And I stand with young people like me, young people who have seen the future of this country. And that future is a future where the People's National Party is the next government. In that future, we see our next Prime Minister in Mark Jefferson Molding. And the young people here today are declaring that that future is bright. But as we stand here today, I have to confess that while I can see the light on the horizon, I can also see our present reality. The faces of my friends, of my brothers and sisters across the country. And what I see is pain. What I see is a frustration with the current state of things. What I see is that for 8 long years, the people of this government, the watch of this government has been filled with broken promises and empty pockets. But I want to tell you this, comrades, that the storm is coming to an end. For 8 long years, we've been told no and low. No vision for us under this government. No affordable homes for the young people of this country. No progressive jobs that can guarantee people a livable wage. Low educational qualities and outcome. Low health care offering. And no safety for the people of this country. But comrades, we are just nearing the promised land. We are just about to see Jordan. And I've seen the future of Jamaica, where the voices of the youth are not silenced, where the government is not spending taxpayer money to people who dare to speak the truth in this country, but is offering them opportunities. I am seeing a future where rather it works, and we have opportunities for young people in agriculture to do something for themselves. I'm seeing a future where path is for the people, and we're giving a hand up and not just a hand out. I'm seeing a Jamaica where the creative industry is prioritized, where every promoter, every artist, every sportsman, every sportswoman, every chef can get up country has been low and slow, and the government has only given lip service to the creative industry. Under a PNP government, we are going to ensure that every young person in this country who wants an opportunity to build themselves through the creative industry can do just that. There is a vision. But who is going to lead us into the promised land? The one that can deliver the change that this country so desperately needs is Maroon. And under his leadership, we the young people, we are standing and we are ready to work with him to rebuild Jamaica for the people, by the people. That is how we are moving forward. In this new day, the People's National Party will restore dignity to the people of this country. We not run nobody off a land, but we are going to ensure that there are opportunities for affordable housing through the National Health Trust, which we built to ensure that low-income housing is a reality for Jamaica. We hear that the government talks a lot about what they have done for young people. But I want each of you to look into yourselves. Are you better off now than 8 years ago? Can you truly say that your lives have been uplifted? When the time has come, people time come. Young people of Jamaica, I want you to rise up and say, we are going to do a new thing. We can't sit on the sidelines any longer and say, Chuck, and not feel with business. It's up to me feel with business because the country is going over a precipice and we can't stand any longer. Put up on a voting finger. Everybody put up your voting finger. This election, whenever them stop praying for call it is a movement. It is us sending a signal that 8 years of bondage is over and we are moving to the promised land. And the People's National Party is going to take us over the mountaintop because Jamaica needs a change. I want you to gather your friends and gather your family because the future of your children, the future of us on this stage, it depends on us doing the right thing right now. And so I ask every comrade within the hearing of my voice, are you ready?
Individuals, the owners of the following vehicles to move right now to get to their vehicles. because they are blocking persons who need to leave right now. There's a Nissan 3947KF. If you're the owner of that vehicle or you know the owner of that vehicle, the driver of a black Honda Fit 8525KY, a brown Mercedes 3680KK, and a black Honda CRV 95830W. Please, if you know them, call them, tell them go check the car, move the car. If it's your car, go on right now. Help me welcome, comrades, our General Secretary. Our General Secretary, the General, as we go down to the last three speakers of the evening, Comrade Dr.
Lover's child.
Comrade leader, and they ask, how long? Not long from now, we will refer to this gentleman as the most honorable Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Maroon. It is good to see the comrades out in their numbers today. And we are here today to register our complaint against what is going on in this society. We currently have a government in place that is a threat to the democratic process within this country. What we have is a gag order government. When they came with Petrojam and they gave contracts to them friends and we wanted to find out what is going on, them said non-disclosure, gag order, we couldn't hear nothing. When they gave MHD contract, Dexim and people build house and never sell them back to NHD, and we want to know what is going on. Yagada, we cannot know what is going on. When they came and them say you have illicit 6 or 8 in a parliament, and the PNP MP say, I don't need the laborers who won't talk, can't talk, because the Prime Minister said, Yagada, don't worry about. When they came and they gave millions to their friends in THA to run building that we're not occupying, and we say, who owned the building? Yagada. Our discomfort with the administration that is in place. And the Maroons, them rise up the blood. And I want to tell you, like the old Negro spiritual, we shall overcome. We see what is going on in this society, but we shall overcome. Only 18% passing 5 subjects with maths and English, but we shall overcome. Sick people asleep on bed and cardboard, but we shall overcome. Food prices going through the roof, but we shall overcome. Climate change, overcome. We shall overcome. Because our mission is noble. We shall overcome because we have a set of leaders whose integrity is intact, who are here to serve and not to scrape. We shall overcome because we don't have MPs who are auditioned for work of foreign. First is what Camina, then it was Nigel, then whoever it is that they want to run away from the government. Time come now for all of them to pack their bags and go. How could it be that the Prime Minister said if you don't love it, you must leave? How could it be that the Deputy Mayor, who is now Mayor of Montego Bay, say you're a coward if you're going to foreign? And at the same time, an orthopedic doctor, a bone specialist in Jamaica, earns 12 million per year. The Minister of Finance earns 2 times, 24 per year. When they go to foreign, the Minister runs to a worker IMF to pay 431,000. The orthopedic surgeon could earn 800,000. But him decides to stay, Nigel decides to leave because he cares about himself and not for you, the people. We will give a new deal to the farmers of this country. We will ensure that you have access to land, arable land that you can plant on. We will ensure that you have access to get to the land. When you ask Mark Golding and the People's National Party for access, you will get farm road, you won't get a donkey, because this is a government that believes in development. Comrades, it is no time for us to be complacent. Now is the time for us to fight for democracy in our country. Now is the time for us to fight against segregation and live up to our motto, out of many, we are one. We want you to come, whether you're fat or slim, black or brown, rasta or bald, no matter who you are, come on board with the People's National Party. Now is the time for us to make justice attainable and affordable. Now is the time for that youngster up in the cool hills of Darliston in Eastern Westmoreland to have the same opportunity as that child up in Cherry Garden. Now is the time to level the playing field and lift our people out of poverty. We have seen what the opinion polls are. We have seen your mood here today. We have seen you in your numbers. The PNP is in good standing, but I don't want you to get complacent. I don't want you to take your foot off of the gas, because the work is not done yet. The work is not completed until we march up Duke Street with Mark Jefferson Golding as the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Someone asked me, they say, Campbell, how you do it? Why they can cuss you, they can style you, they can do all kind of thing. How you do it? And I just rally back on a song where my grandmother used to sing. I said, press along, saints, press along in God's own way. Persecution we must bear, trial and crosses in our way. But the hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. On a Sunday afternoon like this, I am told that we have some persons in this building who they are not for sale. I am told that we have some persons inside of this building who now sell out. I am told that we have some people inside of this building who will lift high the banner of the People's National Party. I am told that there are people here today who want change in Jamaica. finally, you have 2 types of Christian Comrade Crawford, and you have 2 types of supporters. A Sunday to them, I could preach to them. You have the if supporters. They will support if who them want to run around. They will support if they get this. They will support if they get that. And then we have the second type of supporters who are like Brother Job. Even though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Do I have some even
This is my father, Mark Jefferson Golden. He grew up in a loving home by UA campus with my grandmother and grandfather, who we in the family call Mima and Frumpy. As you can see, he had a full head of hair back in the day. While that may no longer be the case, the roots of service planted in him by my grandparents have stayed with him for his entire life. In my 27 years on this earth, I've met nobody smarter than my father. He finished a 3-year law degree at Oxford University in 2 years, achieving first-class honors with laser focus and a true dedication to working hard. After university, his focus turned towards his family. I hope one day to look upon my future wife in the same way he's always looked at my mother. And after 34 years of marriage, I still haven't seen that look fade. My sisters and I are lucky to have their relationship as the foundation of our family. Believe it or not, but my father is an extremely talented musician, blessed with a great voice and even greater songwriting skills. He's never been a stranger to the microphone, performing in front of large crowds for much of his youth, long before the politics. Music's always been at the center of our family. And although dancing might not be our main strength, back to more serious matters, seeing my dad go out into the world and make his mark has been a fascinating inspiration to watch as I've grown up. He went from corporate lawyer to investment banker to entrepreneur to senator to minister of justice to member of parliament to the president of the PNP and now the opposition leader. The next prime minister of our great While each of these roles has been more important and demanding than the previous, he's never once failed at being a present and attentive father to his kids and a husband to my mother. He's now even a grandfather to my young niece, who's blessed with the full head of hair that he once had. Even though he always puts Jamaica before himself, family will always be a priority, for that is our way. Dad, for everything we are and everything we will become, you are the reason. Thank you, and we love you.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad.
Comrades, good afternoon.
And I have been blessed to have been born in deep rural Jamaica, in the same community as our former leader, Portia Simpson. I was blessed to have had grandparents who clearly understood the importance of nation building and community development, and chose the PNP as a vehicle through which they gave service. I have been blessed to have served as a local government representative for 9 years, and serving the people of North Central St. Catherine, the best constituency, for the last 17 years. Now, 4 party presidents. Nobody can get that. I have served E.J. Patterson, the infrastructure man. I have served with our beloved comrade leader, Portia Simpson Miller, the social engineer. I have served with Dr. Peter David Phillips, the Greener Man of the Year, who rescued our economy. And now I am serving with Mark Jefferson Golding, the leader of the PNP, who is richly deserving of our admiration and united support and respect. Each party leader comes to us with a different style. And here we are. We now have the roots president. I have gone through many elections, and each has had a different meaning and level of importance for our country and our electorate. This election, comrades, that we will be facing within a few months is different from all others. It comes as the world is experiencing wars and rumors of wars. When the fabric of our society in many countries is being tested by new laws, when gains achieved over many years are at risk because of climate change, and where our people here in Jamaica are faced with challenges that can easily rob our families of hope and a sense of optimism that the future will be better than the past. It is at this time and at this wicket that Mark Jefferson Golding comes up to bat. He comes at a time when the country needs a leader that will invest in solutions and not distractions. He comes at a time when this country needs a leader that will focus on integration and not disintegration. When the people of Jamaica land we love needs a leader to design policies of inclusion and not exclusion. That is why, comrades, when we say time come, we mean time come for our people to answer the call for a Jamaica where all Jamaicans are participants and beneficiaries of development, not spectators sitting on the fringes, seeing the house get more and more productive. When we say time come, we mean time for a leader whose only interest is the betterment of the people of Jamaica. When we say time come, we mean it's time for a Prime Minister that will bring respect and honor back to Jamaica. When we say time come, time for Jamaica to turn the corner from the path of self-interest and corruption and re-enter the highway to inclusive growth and sustainable development. Comrades, the strength and measure of a good leader is not about who you can beat
Everybody that's asking where we're at, you can see.
It is about who we can lift up and motivate and inspire. Our leader
displays those strengths. Our leader displays those characteristics and values. Our leader portrays those ideas. His leadership and indeed his prime ministership will signal a new day for this land. A day where, once again, decency and integrity will be returned as the standard of service for a government. His prime ministership will be a beacon throughout the region and the world, and will let all know Jamaica is back in business. We are up and running. We are getting more people on board in a participatory democracy with the certainty that all will be well. All of the team he leads will follow his footsteps. All of the team he leads will put people at the center of the world. Comrades, when we say time come, I mean time come for Mark Jefferson Golding to address Conference 2024. I used to be uninspired. When I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made us feel so tired. Before the day we met you, life was so kind. You're the key to the PNP's peace of mind. You made me feel.
Chairman. Conference. 86 years. For 86 years, we have been ending our political year and starting a brand new one by celebrating the anniversary of the beginning of this noble movement, the People's National Party. This year, PNP River, come down. What energy! What a spirit inside this place.
Anywhere that the word is love, it can be felt. I feel it right here in the national arena today. I greet my wife, Sandra, and our children. Your love has been steadfast, true, and sustaining. Thank you for always being here with me. To the people of the mighty constituency of South St. Andrew, diplomatic and consular corps, our visitors from overseas, especially our powerful diaspora who have come to Jamaica for this conference. The officers, executive members, NEC members, regional committees, members of parliament and councillors, candidates, constituency committees and group members and their chairs, cluster managers, workers, warriors, foot soldiers, all members and supporters of the People's National Party. You are the ones who make this party function. I must mention the teams at PNP headquarters and the office of the leader of the opposition. Members of the media providing coverage for this joyous occasion. In particular, I want to provide a word of comfort to those ravished by Hurricane Beryl in July this year. In particular, the people of Clarendon, Southern Manchester, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland. And I welcome those listening to us from your homes and in your communities, in Jamaica and all over the world. Comrades and friends, in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, it says, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." Well, I stand before you today and say, the time has come for change. Yes, comrades, the time is once again for Jamaica to choose change. Things cannot continue the way they are, and the People's National Party will bring change. Comrades, the PNP has been at the center of positive change in this country from 1938, which was over 20 years before political independence from Britain. Over the years, our leaders implemented a vision that led Jamaica forward. It is undeniable that the People's National Party, through every stage of its transition to a modern nation state, we were the ones guiding the country forward. Founding Father Norman Washington Manley led political change, including adult suffrage, political independence, and nationhood. His son, Michael Joshua Manley, led the transformational social change that empowered Jamaicans to stand firm and shout from the mountaintop, "I might be a simple man, but simply a man am I." Equal pay for women was transformational social change. No bastard law was transformational social change.
Minimum wage was transformational social change. And rights for workers was transformational social change. Percival James Patterson delivered a vast range of achievements for the Jamaican people. He led infrastructure change, reminding this country that the road to development is the development of roads. He was the chief visionary behind Jamaica's modern highway network, and he became Jamaica's most successful political leader. That is why we say PJ. Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller led the economic change that others are now claiming. And time come for Sister P to get the credit she deserves. Let us never forget her. The Jamaica Labour Party government ran on every test and drove the country into a deep crisis, but it was under Sister P that we turned the country around and put our economy firmly on track. While navigating the necessary sacrifices, Sister P always showed love for the people. And that love is reflected in her powerful instruction. Never look down on a person unless you're going to live. When Jamaica Port Miller and David Phillips guided us through the most turbulent. We commit today as a party to forever defend their great legacy. The works of our former leaders inspire us to deliver a better life for all Jamaicans, guided by our progressive principles of equality and justice, built on our foundation of utmost integrity.
He must inspire by example, and above all, he must have integrity.
Our leaders have inspired us to move forward and to make new decisions for new times. We are now in a new phase of global change and uncertainty that more than ever must be navigated by strong, principled leadership. Together, we will continue this noble mission, with our next stop being Jamaica House. Jamaica is ready. We are ready. The People's National Party is more than ready. Today, as president of our party, humbly and respectfully, I make it clear to all Jamaicans and the world, we choose change. Our 21st century mandate is one of change for Jamaica, land we love. Together, we will deliver on that mandate.
It's been a long time coming, but I know.
I want to say something about where I am coming from. As a teenager and as a young adult, I spent time on Jamaican streets and in the dance hall. I loved the rhythm and energy of our culture. My worldview was inspired
by the music and culture of Jamaica as much as by anything that I ever read in any book. Comrades, I met the love of my life on one of those moves. And on the first night we met, we ended up in a dance competition. And we won a dinner for two at a restaurant downtown. So you could say that we danced into each other's lives. And we've been rocking it together ever since. Which believed in giving the most vulnerable people opportunities to build their lives. My father had the vision to build the country's leading center for the rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. And my parents dedicated their careers to empowering and uplifting that community. My father also founded the Hope Valley Experimental School with a mission for children from all walks of life, able-bodied and disabled, to learn together, to play together, and to grow together. Those who could not walk had the same opportunities as those who could walk. There was no place for discrimination where I grew up. I born and grow with the understanding that whatever your color, your class, your creed, people are people. That is what I know. As Sister P said, never look down on someone unless you are lifting them up. This speaks to engendering positive values by making our most vulnerable our most valuable. A caring nation requires that we put people first. These experiences taught me, as the donkey would say, that the world no level and that the system has to change. It must change if there is going to be real change. So I have grown and lived the tenets of the People's National Party, and no doubt that is what led me here. And comrades and friends, I never took my eyes off justice. So joining the People's National Party was an easy fit for me. When Prime Minister Simpson Miller invited me to sit in the Senate when she was opposition leader, it was an exciting opportunity for me to evolve from a career in the law and business into pursuing justice for our people. Social justice, economic justice, distributive justice, restorative justice, environmental justice. That is what Mark Jefferson Golding stands for. So, my fellow Jamaicans, we must forge a society with equality, fairness, social justice, and dignity for our people at the forefront of our hearts and our minds as we transcend the discussions and the struggles and hardships of our history and our present. I believe that the greatest, fastest, and most sustainable development will come from investing in and empowering our people. Trickling down and tinkering with the status quo will never transform our society to a new and better paradigm. Time comes for us to recognize the rights of all Jamaicans. No child should be excluded from a school or adults from their workplace because they wear locks. And no government should ever fight in court to defend any rule that excludes Rasta child or Rasta person from wearing locks and coming to school. Time come to complete the reimagining of our ganja industry, liberating our small farmers and bringing them into the center of our policy to make that industry work for all Jamaicans. Time come to give our people access to the beaches and rivers of this country for their recreation so they can de-stress and enjoy the natural beauty of their island home. Time come to eliminate any abusive labor practices like the device of contract work in the public and private sector when it denies our workers their basic employment benefits. Time come to once again provide affordable housing for our people and to regularize land ownership for thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands who have lived without secure tenure for decades. Time come for a livable wage that adjusts with inflation so that a basic quality of life is assured to all our workers, and to do more for our long-suffering pensions as well. Time come for a new deal for our teachers, our police officers, our nurses, our firemen, our correctional officers who serve the public and deserve to be treated with respect. We have work to do, comrades. I know these things are possible with the will and skills to achieve them. These are part of the mission of the next PNP government. The Prime Minister just needs to fly the gate. Call it Andrew. Call it. After 8 long years, the people have had enough. The captain and his ship are sinking and his sailors are bailing out. Jamaican governance has become more coarse, more crass, more corrupt and more corrosive. Jamaicans have lost confidence in the future of our country and in its current leadership. They feel unsafe for their families and themselves. They feel economically deprived and insecure. They feel underappreciated and taken advantage of and hopeless. The government is failing the people. But help is on the way, my fellow Jamaicans. Better is possible and better must come. Time comes and we choose change. Comrades and friends, last year, Jamaica embarked upon a formal process of constitutional reform. The people were excluded from the design of the process, and the people did not trust it. The PNP is very clear on our positions on points of principle. Our representatives on the committee that they established did not sign the report of that committee because we did not agree and we do not agree with some of its recommendations. And I will share some of those issues with you now. First, the reformed constitution will establish the role of a president to replace the Governor General. We have no problem with that. The president will play a critical role in appointments to sensitive positions of state. And that president must be perceived as independent of partisan politics. The president must enjoy the trust and confidence of the society as a whole. Therefore, if there is no consensus between the government and the opposition on who the person should be as president, the PNP does not support the appointment being made by a simple majority vote in Parliament. That effectively is what the majority of that committee have recommended. That would compromise the independence, trust, and confidence that the president must enjoy. And I say, no way, that is not in the interest of Jamaica. We also insist that an impeachment procedure should be included in the reformed constitution to hold delinquent politicians to account. The two parties were originally committed to this. I tabled a revised impeachment bill in Parliament in April 2021, over 3 years ago. But this government has chosen to ignore it for 1,237 days. Accountability is not a priority for them, as it is for the PNP. The JLP has flip-flopped and impeachment has been excluded from the report of that Constitutional Reform Committee. We support full decolonization now, not a piecemeal approach. No more foreign king as our head of state, and no more inaccessible final court on the other side of the world that decides our laws in the name of a foreign king. We want a final court that is accessible to our people so that they can get justice. And the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CACJ, is doing this for the people of Barbados, Guyana, Belize, Dominica, and St. Lucia, and those countries are doing well. Time come for the Jamaican people to have the fundamental right of access to high quality justice at the highest level. Comrades, fellow Jamaicans, those are some of the reasons why the PNP did not sign that report. But our party is very committed to constitutional reform. And when we form government, we will restart that process, but in an inclusive way. We will invite the people of Jamaica to participate in a meaningful conversation about how we can enrich our democracy by making our leaders more accountable to the people. How we can make the processes of government more transparent to the people, and how we can empower the people through a more participatory model of local government. We are committed to completing the local government reforms which we embarked on when we were last in government, but have stalled under this government. We will implement the commitments made in our local government election manifesto to empower our municipalities to deliver high-quality government and services to the people in the municipal corporations. Jamaicans are tired of the impunity of those who hold political power. Public officials must be held accountable, and there must be transparency and openness in the conduct of national affairs and reasonable protection of privacy in personal life. I am very concerned about the insidious abuse of the Data Protection Act by state officials to restrict disclosure of potentially damning information in which there is a strong and legitimate public interest. First, it was to hide the details about the waste of taxpayers' money to make massive rental payments for an unoccupied building to a private owner. Then it was to hide information about the salaries being paid to the former DPP, whose extension in office was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and to the person who was appointed to act as DPP pending a permanent appointment.
Come take a look in Jamaica. Injustice in the place now. If all you see you really is, then you want the it's out of many but one set.
There is no accountability for non-performance in this JLP administration. Government negligently allows critical boards and tribunals to grind to a halt because of failure to make appointments when the terms of those boards expire. The Early Childhood Commission, the Access to Information Appeals Tribunal, even the Public Service Commission itself have been examples of the government falling asleep at the job. And ministers desperately seek to pass the buck when a passenger falls sick and dies at our largest airport without any prompt medical response or even an ambulance to take him to hospital in time to try and save his life. Corruption is rampant at the highest levels of this government. You will remember during my budget presentation when they tried to prevent me from saying some critical things about governance, even shutting down the sitting of Parliament. Well, I went on the street and I said what I had to say, and I will say it here again. The failure to disclose the identity of the so-called illicit 6 MPs who are under investigation by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment remains a festering sore, only made worse by the Prime Minister's gag order on cabinet ministers speaking publicly on these matters. But wait, comrades, I have to rewrite that part because it is no longer 6. It has gone to 8. So let me say it again. The failure to disclose the identity of the so-called illicit 8 MPs who are under investigation by the Integrity Commission remains a festering sore, only made worse by the Prime Minister's gag order on his cabinet ministers and MPs speaking publicly on these matters. Comrades, I had to hurry up and say that a second time, because before we reach and finish here today, maybe it will move from 8 to 12, the way how the number of labor rights illicits seems to multiply like gremlins. And comrades, now we have a second Integrity Commission report on the Prime Minister, sent to Parliament, but not yet tabled for the public to see, with little bits of it being selectively leaked to JLP allied media houses. We will put a stop to such shenanigans. We will change the law so that all Integrity Commission reports must be published on Parliament's website within a short time, perhaps 24 hours of being sent to Parliament, so all Jamaicans can read those reports. Comrades, it is time to change these things. Accountability and transparency matter, and that is change. When the PNP forms government, our job is to create an environment in which Jamaicans can thrive and achieve their versions of the Jamaican dream. Every Jamaican must feel well cared for and enabled by their government. We must invest and build an efficient and caring public service with short wait times, giving value for the taxes that you pay. We want a Jamaica where our people don't pray to migrate to foreign because you're so nice. People deserve much more than what is happening now. We want garbage moved from our gates. We want street lights that work. We want sewage in pipes underground and not running in the streets. We want clean piped water in all our homes. And we want roads that don't mash up our vehicles' front ends if you're lucky enough to have a vehicle. And we want public health facilities that treat people with dignity and provide good and affordable health care. And we need schools that give every child a strong basic education so they can go on to pursue whatever career they choose. And we want to feel safe in our homes and in our communities. While there is no magic wand to do everything at once, the PNP in government will prioritize the things that the people are crying out for every day. And we will ensure that public resources are not scraped away in corruption for friends and cronies, but are only used for the benefit of the people. My fellow Jamaicans, the PNP will apply a mix of changed policies to put things right. We are ready to move forward on a new path. The PNP's talent pool is deep and wide with the right mix of experience, skill, expertise, energy, and commitment to transform Jamaica. We are ready to take the bold steps necessary to make Jamaicans' lives better, and we have a plan. Jamaica has one of the highest murder rates in the world. And our first priority must be strengthening and enabling communities to feel safe and secure. The PNP's vision for citizen security is built on a foundation of community partnership and empowerment. We are committed to the optimal blend of effective law enforcement with community-driven solutions to create a safer Jamaica. Our strategy targets the root causes of crime and delivers results that reduce crime and violence sustainably. A balanced approach to crime and crime reduction is at the core of our strategy. Our approach recognizes that public safety is best achieved when enforcement and prevention are working in harmony. Under this government, that has not been happening, but we have a plan. They shut down Unite for Change, and they defunded the Peace Management Initiative, and crime and violence went through the roof. We will not neglect the need for community engagement. We will not outsource it to the private sector. We will partner with the private sector, with the churches, with civil society, and roll out a national program of effective, holistic, and sustainable community engagement. And we will not ignore the reality that our prison system needs an overhaul so it rehabilitates inmates rather than producing more hardened criminals. Our portfolio teams for citizen security, education, social transformation, culture, and sports have been taking a joined-up approach, working together. We will invest heavily to increase the number of social workers in our communities, tasked with addressing core social programs and problems like school absenteeism, teenage parenting, and student hunger. We will ensure that the needs of our most vulnerable citizens, children, elderly, and infirm Jamaicans are responded to by the state. And therapeutic counseling will be integrated into our intervention programs to combat the culture of violence and the trauma that it causes. We will provide at-risk youth with viable alternatives to criminal activity, investing in remedial education, job training, and youth development programs. The next PNP government will revisit and revamp the Social Development Commission. It was originated by the Right Excellent Norman Manley, and once again it will become a catalyst for sustainable community development.
Teach the youth them how to live. Teach the youth them how to survive. Hold the corner and save your life. And that's no jive.
We envision community-based training programs in construction skills, coding, software development, dramatic performance, arts, music, design, filmmaking, sound engineering, and sports. This will engage more young people in productive tasks and give lawful alternative pathways for the youth to make a good living. This integrated approach will lay the foundation for sustainable peace and progress in our communities. We will also pass legislation to allow targeted detentions under court supervision for known producers of violence on whom there is credible intelligence. This will enable cases to be built and lead to successful prosecutions, so there is accountability and no more impunity in this land. Our proactive, interventionist social policy will also help to support our economic policy, and it is to that economic policy that I now turn. My fellow Jamaicans, we are at a crossroads in our nation's economic history. The country faces two distinct economic choices. Jamaica, under the current government, will continue down a path where only a few benefit, and most Jamaicans face hard times, frustration, and hopelessness.
When poor people fed up,
we remain committed to macroeconomic stability and prudent fiscal management. That's very important, comrades. Never forget that it was the last PNP administration that did the heavy lifting to enable Jamaica to reduce its debt to GDP ratio by half in just 10 years. It's the PNP who achieved that and started that ball rolling in the right direction. But while that is necessary, it is clearly not sufficient. Our national sacrifices and fiscal successes must deliver real improvement in the lives of our people. Everybody must benefit and no one should be left behind. That is the PNP philosophy. We will build out our vision of Jamaica becoming a global maritime and aviation logistics hub. It started under us, but it has stalled. Jamaica must capitalize on our unique geographical position, right at the trade lines that pass through the Panama Canal and at the heart of international trade routes. We will build out clusters of logistics-related activities to increase quality, well-paying jobs and expand the economy, driving further investment in logistics-related industries. Our aim is to transform Jamaica into a premier trade and logistics hub and the gateway to the Americas and a cornerstone of growth in regional and hemispheric trade. We need a more balanced and resilient economy in an era of growing food insecurity. So, look out for the transformation of agriculture and the blue economy, our maritime economy, to drive rural development. We have to invest in farm roads, in cold storage facilities, in irrigation systems. We have to deepen the use of technology, marketing support, and expanded access to affordable loans for our farmers. We will forge collaborative relationships with the large private sector players in poultry, agro-processing, milk and livestock production to improve and increase their already significant contribution to the economy. We will partner with CASE and other research institutions to develop productivity boosting projects and improve our planting stock, our animal genetics, our farming systems, animal husbandry, and agronomy. We will boost our own research facilities at Bodles, Orange River, and Montpelier. Experts in each sector will provide the blueprint required for our farmers to grow those sectors so as to ensure food security for our nation. Comrades, another critical industry in the pursuit of inclusive, sustainable economic growth is the cultural creative sector. The state must get behind this sector to assist it to reach its enormous economic potential for the people of Jamaica. Our portfolio teams will work together to establish a single authority for the efficient granting of permits for entertainment events. We will establish 24-hour entertainment zones in suitable locations and develop balanced and clear guidelines under the Noise Abatement Act for nighttime entertainment in communities. Comrades, energy is fundamental to the economic development of our country. Remember this government's promises in 2016 about big power plants and big energy companies to lower light bills in Jamaica. Well, they are nowhere to be seen. This JLP government has failed to bring on board any new renewable capacity to the grid. And we are tired of those promises from the government year after year. We will get it done. We have done it before and we will do it again. The price of electricity is too high in Jamaica and the PNP will get it down. So we will invest in regularizing electricity supply in communities where true-ups are the norm. And the state has to underwrite most of the costs of rewiring, inspection, and certification, and provide solar capacity, food into community microgrids to reduce household electricity bills among newly regularized customers. Everyone must know food. The current JPS license is coming to in. So we have the opportunity, indeed the duty, to ensure a more responsive and forward-looking approach to customers' needs and the resilience of our country's transmission and distribution systems to be taken. Energy is critical to the economy. Change means enabling families to own land and afford proper housing. Land and housing are fundamental development priorities. In celebration of our first female Prime Minister, we will bring forth the Porsche Initiative, the program for orderly renewal and transformation of infrastructure in all areas, the Porsche Initiative. This program will drive policies that Sister P stood for, improving infrastructure in old housing schemes, tearing down zinc fences in communities and replacing them with proper concrete walls, completing the infrastructure and land titling for existing land tenure regularization schemes, they call it Operation Pride, and rolling out new ones to bring hope and decent living conditions in areas of social neglect. Our beloved Sister P will smile as the next PNP government improves sidewalks for persons with disabilities, provides housing assistance to needy citizens, and beautifies communities where our people live. The Porsche Initiative is a must, and time come for that. The next PNP government will also make lands available to the National Housing Trust for qualified contributors so they can build their own homes. From day one, we are going to restore the core mandate of the National Housing Trust, which was the baby of Michael Joshua Manley. We will stop the extraction of capital from the National Housing Trust. It was an emergency measure. It was supposed to only last for 4 years, and it has now continued for over 12 years. And we will return to providing affordable houses for people who need to buy or build a home. We plan a comprehensive review of all laws relating to housing to find ways to make housing more affordable for all Jamaicans. These initiatives are all about balancing the books and the people's lives, something that Sister P always spoke about and believed in. Comrades, Jamaica must emerge from an economy characterized by low growth, low wages, low technology, low productivity. And to do that, we must choose change. And this area, investment in human development must be the key. It must be the key. And when it comes to education, the People's National Party's conviction remains the same. Education, education, education is at the top of our priority list. We are committed to building an education system that is inclusive, equitable, and excellent. Bold steps and real investment are needed to ensure that every child from the earliest years through to tertiary education has the opportunity to succeed. We have the plan and we are ready. Today, I reaffirm our party's commitment to excellence in education. Our approach to early childhood development will provide performance-based incentives for early childhood facilities to give them additional resources to improve standards. At the primary and secondary levels, we will implement a comprehensive program that is targeted and provides targeted support to each aspect of the curriculum. Expanding access to tertiary education is also a critical part of the mix. I have long advocated for the removal of guarantors for student loans, a policy that this government has eventually adopted, and it was a significant step forward. And we are in full support of that, because we put the interests of Jamaican people first. But as the party of ideas and implementation, we must take this further. We believe education must not be a burden of debt, but a bridge to a better future. We will make student loans more borrower-friendly. Graduates will only begin to repay their student loans once they are employed, and their monthly payments will be capped at an affordable percentage of their monthly income. And if there are times when they are between jobs or they're out of work, payments on their student loans will be deferred and tacked onto the back end of the loan period without penalties. This will remove the fear and reluctance of young people to borrow to invest in their education.
Tell them where you say that, man. Alright, definitely. Respect. Time comes. Yeah.
No time.
Alright, no problem.
And we must show that we truly value our teachers. And we must do whatever
Anti-Wally.
to stay in our education system. Forgiveness program.
Alright, my people, and that everybody have to say. You can see we're there in the sun, it's hot. Alright, still there at the conference, live, my people. Right? This is where I'm gonna stop covering the conference for today, my people. Big up on yourself, Jamaican chat. I'm out.